A Look at Technology is underwritten by Colden Company, Business Technology Solutions.
Oh, welcome back, everyone. It's Tuesday. Put on your smart hat. The Doctor of Technology, Jerry Friedman from Colden Company, is here.
Hey, Jesse, how are you today?
What's it like being so smart?
Talk to my wife.
And you got the Doctor of Technology super tie on today,
Super
I've
tie,
noticed.
that's it, yes.
I'm going to be distracted the whole interview, just trying to keep up with this tie. What's going on with that? Well, if you've been following us over the weeks, my God, we got so much valuable information here about how to handle the internet, how to handle equipment, how to handle threats and challenges. And one of the issues that we've sort of skirted around about in the last couple of interviews was the hardware itself. And I think the way Jerry and I were talking about it, not all hardware is created equal.
That's true.
Right?
Absolutely.
So just to start today, give us some pointers on how do you select the right equipment?
Well, one of the traps that we see a lot of people fall into is, I guess you could basically describe it as not having the right stuff. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people want the newest, flashiest things. When tablets came out, that was a big thing. They wanted to figure out, how to integrate tablets into their workflow, into their network. Sometimes it's a good choice, sometimes it's not. Depends on what you wanted to do with it. The other thing that we find is when people buy consumer level equipment, computers, like at big box stores as opposed to business class computers, and that really does make a difference.
Well, you know what? Let's dig into this a little bit. And you actually bought a prop today, which I love. This is a business class computer, and when I look at it, I just notice that the structure is a little bit different. So I look at the obvious things, the consumer things. The hinges are stronger, the rim around it is more likely to withstand any kind of hits or something like that.
Right.
When we start to get into the internal parts of the mechanism, you were saying things like the fan is a higher grade fan, keeps the computer cooler.
Right.
And the hard drive, the heartbeat, the heart of the organization there.
Right. They use more robust parts for business class computers. One manufacturer will keep the parts on hand for about 3 to 5 years. So that makes repairs easier. The less expensive sort of commodity computers are using whatever parts they can buy relatively inexpensive.
Right.
And in 2 years, if you need a new keyboard or something like that, it may not be available. You're going to have to dig around aftermarket. And the other big thing is the warranty.
Yeah, right, of course.
When we sell a computer, we like to do the next business day 3-year warranty. You have a problem, manufacturer rep comes out, replaces the part, minimizes downtime. Some of those big box devices, you mail it off. It could be a week, could be 2 weeks. You told me.
I'll give you a war story.
Yeah.
A nice brand computer I'd had before. Went and got a new laptop. One day it just wouldn't start. Start the right word or fire up or what is it?
Start's a good word.
You put the key in and turn
Right,
it. Yeah, that's what I thought. And they sent it off saying, you'll have it back in a week or so. 2 months goes by. I don't get the computer back. Then they send a notice they're going to give me a new computer. Well, that's all well and good, except we got a problem.
Where's your data?
Where's the data? Exactly right. How do you get that back again?
Right.
Well, you mean you didn't back it up? Well, no, I didn't back it up. So you wind up in that kind of situation. More and more businesses are so reliant on computers and internet and the management of services and whatever. I mean, that's quite an occupation for you, right? I mean, how do you keep up with all of us?
Well, fortunately, we have a great staff that really stays on top of things. And the ideal situation is we sit down with the customers and we talk to them and make sure we get you the right equipment that's going to do the job, that's going to grow with you, and it's going to keep your network secure, keep your data backed up and secure, and allow you to do what you need to do so you don't have to think about it.
Right. I want to touch on a couple of other things we've mentioned in conversations. When you talk about people having different makes of computers, and sometimes that's difficult. They don't actually talk to each other or whatever the proper phrase is or how it works.
If you're a onesie-twosie kind of a small office, it's not as critical. Larger companies where you have a standard image of software and how the computers get set up and the settings, having everything that looks the same and feels the same, you can move the image from one device to the other, makes it easier
Right.
to manage. One of the other things that we see in the consumer level machines is a lot of them don't come with the professional level operating system.
Right.
So that makes it difficult to actually work properly on your network.
Good. Devil's advocate. Operating systems change. You may have been a real fan of one version of Windows and not a fan of another version,
Right.
like Windows 8. And I think you were telling me you had a client that said, well, I'm just going to buy the least expensive computers because I'm just going to churn them anyway.
Right. Now, when you buy a computer from, through us, we can still get Windows 7. So for those people that are not fans of 8.1, which is what's being shipped on the most retail computers, we can help you out. And this particular guy that you're talking about, he was a churn and burn.
Yeah, right.
It didn't work. He would throw it out, and in the course of a 3 or 4 year life cycle, he was probably paying more in terms of not only buying computers, because the price tag of the computer, but the amount of time that he spent transferring data, maintaining the computer, trying to figure out if it's all going to work and making it work on the network, and all of those soft costs involved. We try to have you look at not just the price tag of the computer, but your total cost of ownership.
Right, that's just where I was going to go. I was going to say everything that we're talking about right here really does sum up in something you say frequently to our viewers and to us,
Right.
which is that you have to really figure the cost of ownership.
Right.
And that, of course, that encompasses everything that we're talking about today.
Yeah.
So I guess the moral of the story is get a tie like that, of course. Don't forget that.
That's really important.
That's important. And that, use a professional's advice. Make certain that if you're setting your business up, small business,
Right.
medium-sized business, doesn't make a difference. That all the equipment is worth the cost of ownership.
Right, and you want it to be scalable. So as you
Right.
grow, you don't want to have to pull everything out and
Right.
start all over again because
Right.
that's really costly. So working with somebody to have a plan and make sure that you're putting your money where it's smart.
Right. Okay. Any questions for Jerry? Of course, you can go to info@coldencompany.com, and that
Right.
information is on our website. Next week, we're talking about automation.
That's right, how to keep your network running more efficiently through use of automation
Okay. Sounds like fun. Put the smart cap on for that one too, right?
and a different tie.
Okay. Got it. Okay. To see this interview again, if you have any questions for Jerry, please head to our website, looktvonline.com.